Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR in Small Archie Comics Haul Part 1. Spring break is over, and I'm back. I went down to Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I picked up some Archie comics. I didn't find cheap stacks of comics. This is not the most expensive one I bought. Look, it's $5. From 1988, Josie from the Archie Giant Series magazine presents, title, issue 584. Josie, look at those great waves. And I see some better waves, Valerie. Today we're coming to you in lo-fi. I'm at work, and even though it's spring now, we had whiteout conditions, and it is snowing, and it'll probably be pretty slow, so hopefully nobody will bother us here. So I went to Golden Age Collectibles in Vancouver, BC. And they had, I was happy to see they had not a large selection, but they had in the back issues, like not the super expensive ones, but the regular priced back issues. They had possibly less than 100. Like here we've got Archie's TV, Laugh Out, starring Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. There was an episode of the Sabrina TV show, the Halloween one, where Salem the cat pronounced her name Sabrina, and I always thought that was funny. I paid $4 for this. 1977, issue 50. Here, look, they're playing some home video game system. It looks like Pong. Look at how exciting it is. I don't ever remember a Pong game with a controller like that. Just push the button. That looks like a slot car racer remote. Reggie says, nothing can beat these video games for fun and entertainment. Wanna bet, Archie says. And they're smooching in the other room. Veronica. $4. That's not bad. Here's a newer stamp. This looks like they had an older stamp for this one. This one's got some nice ducks on there. I did see, I think they have boards now, backing boards, that are plastic and see-through. I saw those for sale, and I wondered if they were as effective for keeping moisture out of your comic. Because if you're like plastic, you know, say for instance your comics are being stored in a shed in sub-zero temperatures, and when you bring them inside, the condensation on plastic will be much more than on cardboard. here's the creme de la creme. Yes. They had 3 of these for sale. It's Archie at Expo 86. This is the original 1986 edition. They wanted $9.99 for it. I don't think I've ever paid $9.99 for an Archie comic. It's very expensive. But I was in Vancouver, and it seemed appropriate. I went to Expo 86. Expo 1986. Wow. We're here at Expo 86. Look at all the fabulous sights. I'm looking. I said, where is the ball? The Expo ball. Well, the Science World. That's what it is now. Here it is. That's lower than it should be. It should be up here. But I don't know that Dan DiCarlo visited Vancouver in 86. They had these like ski lift gondolas that would go across the sights. I haven't read this I just got back. I just got these. And I've only read one of these comics, I think. Yeah. This is part 1. We'll just look at, these are my floppies that I bought. But I also picked up some digests, which aren't something I normally purchase because I have so many. But they were old and the price was right. But we'll look at those in part 2. And I think I'm going to look at this one after I read it. Maybe I'll share some of my experiences at Expo 86 in Vancouver. And we'll take a deeper dive into that another time. Here we go, classic beach cover. Bikini cover. Archie cover. Here we've got Archie. $19.81. I paid $4. Issue 308. Some poor jerks will do anything for a girl. And Archie's one of them. This one's probably one of the ones in the poorest condition. But it's an old one, it's good. Now this one here. I'm glad to get this one. It's number 69 of Archie Comics Group. Archie at Riverdale High. And it's got a hockey cover. While I was in Vancouver, I didn't get to the game, but I did watch. There was a hockey game on, the Vancouver Canucks playing. They won, actually. It was quite surprising. Now look at this great comic. Here we've got Chuck. Now, this is non-artistic Chuck. I always like to say Chuck's character was much different in the earlier ones. Nowadays, I mean, it's fine, but nowadays all he ever does is draw comics. But in the olden days, he played sports. He was competitive. a temper. Sometimes he had a temper. So I read this one. Look at this great cover. Archie, this isn't a game. It's a rumble. Look at Archie. Chuck, you wanted to play. Now you have to pay. To some people, action means violence. Chuck finds out the difference in the fight game. Maybe we'll take a look at this guy. There's one more comic. Well, I'll just show you what the next comic is, and then maybe we'll just take a quick look, because I've read this one. I can take a look there. Look at this next one that I got. It's not Archie at all. It's from DC, and it's Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. I paid $4.75 for this. Look at what's happening. Now I know why Superman's marrying Wonder Woman instead of Mama Me. She just saved my life. They're a super team. So they had a few Lois Lane comics. They didn't have that many. And in fact, it had been a long time since I'd been to Golden Age collectibles. I used to live in Vancouver long ago. And it was good to see at least they're still there on Granville. The shop's not as large as it used to be. I don't know how long it's been downsized, but the people there, oh my goodness, they were so friendly. I've had experiences in comic shops across Canada, different places in Canada, and sometimes they're just a stereotypical Simpsons comic book shop owner, and they're not, the customer service isn't so great, but they were great there. So let me take a look inside this guy, because let's see what Chuck Clayton was getting up to at Riverdale High. There we go. Pull that up quick. I wonder if anybody collects comics and they just collect issue number 69s. Oh, this was kind of neat. Look, it was, at one time it was sold at Paul's New and Used store on Main and Government Road West, Kirkland Lake, Ontario, P2N3C8. And look at the cover. This is cool. Watch this. Yeah, it's kind of like animation. Wait. Oh, what happened? Those guys. Now they're on the ground. Bang, bang, bang. So this is sort of like the preview page for what's going to happen. So basically, it starts out he's playing baseball, and he's making some mistakes, and all the fans are giving him a rough time. And then Chuck, like I said, he had a temper. The fans are getting under his skin. Yeah, bum. And so he's had it. He's like, I hate this. I'm done. I quit. He wants to go out and beat up the fans. They're holding him back. And Archie's like, maybe you should switch sports. And Coach Cleats knows a hockey player. So he introduces him to this hockey player. Look at this bruiser. Crunch Caulfield. And so he's like, okay, maybe this will be good. He's like, yeah, the fans love, Lizardman. This is neat. It will be continued. And so we can have time for a little Jinx shortcut. What year did I say this was? 1980. 1980, back when Big Ethel was Big Ethel. Chuck had a temper. Let's see. Charlie, if this were a story just about Charlie, it would be entitled Fat Charlie. It's nice she's just calling him Charlie there. Not too long ago I thought, oh, didn't they used to call him Fat Charlie? Because the newer digest doesn't say that. And sure enough, you just gotta look back a few decades, and yes, he was indeed Fat Charlie. So they're watching films of this guy's professional hockey career, which is all fighting. Sock. Yeah. A lot more violence in the kids' comics. From Archie Comics. Yeah. And then he's all like, why don't you play the sport instead of fighting? It's like, fans expect a man. Oh, he reads some Star Wars toys. Let's see, how many of these did I had? All those, bottom row. Boba Fett. Somewhere I still have my Boba Fett. I still have a few of these. I had 2 of these. I don't know where I got, maybe at a flea market or something. When I was a kid, no. I got an extra one. There was black marker on them. And I had one of these, and I had that one. I had all these guys. Oh, is that Han Solo? Yep. Those. I didn't have that or that. I did have this. This. The Stormtroopers went in the side. And I thought, oh, that's just like mine. I only had one Stormtrooper. All right, so that was it. And Chuck quit hockey and went back to baseball. And I think he's in the second one too. Strange Change. Oh, this one was funny. This is what I was talking about. So Reggie and Archie both want to date Veronica. And so they start fighting over it, and Veronica's tired of it. She's like, stop fighting over me. I'm going to go with the next guy who walks by. And it's Dilton. So Dilton gets a date with Ronnie. And they come to the realization that, hey, we've been a couple of clods. We're going to change our ways. So they go to the dance to tell Ronnie, like, it's okay, we've changed. Like, next time, you can take her out on a date. Archie? No, I wouldn't dream of it, you. Then they start arguing. And then they start fighting again. The more some people change, the more they remain the same. We've got a maze. Archie, that's the ticket. Let's see. It kind of, don't you think that maybe that's the way to go? It has 3 arrows. Okay, let's try this. Could I do it with, here I got one of these guys. Alright. Archie has lost 2 tickets for a hit show. Help him find the tickets so he can take out Veronica on her birthday. Which one do you think it is? I don't know why. I'm going to go this way. Oh, I think I'm stuck. This way. back. Oh, that's like a dead end. These are hard. Oh, I'm gonna do it now. Let's do it. Oh, I'm totally gonna make it. Get these tickets. Oh, okay, wait, I'm here. Oh, I'm so close to the tickets. I did it! I'm gonna call up Ronnie. Take her out to the show. Okay. Yeah, here we got another tale, Riverdale, with Chuck Clayton and Archie Andrews at the Unstoppable. In this one, it's all about Betty, and she's very athletic. She wants to do all the sports. It's kind of nice. She's on every team. Here she got the gymnastics. And then, oh, when she's dismounting, ouch. She turned her ankle. That's starting to swell. Chuck's like, don't give up so easily, because Archie's like, you're going to miss your game. My dad's great. He can tape it up. He used to train boxers. And then Betty makes a joke. Oh, great. What's he going to do? Teach me to drool on command? When I read that, I thought she was making a joke because boxers, like, are could be typically not smart, like stupid, and that they would have drool. Or like, anyway. And then, but Chuck gets it. Like a boxer dog. Not a dog boxer, Betty. A boxing boxer. Oh. So, he knows how to tape it up to keep the swelling down. So that's what's his name again? Chuck Clayton's dad, Coach Clayton. Coach Clayton. Anyway, she's like, yeah, it's terrific. Gonna play that game. Oh yeah, she's doing a basketball game. That crazy kid, those fast turns on that bad ankle. That's gotta hurt. Not half as much as missing the game. You don't know about Betty. And that's it. Here's some t-shirts. There's celebrity t-shirt, iron-on transfers. Alright. I was looking at these. I couldn't tell if that, like this Suzanne. Is that Suzanne Summers? They just go by their first name, Sean. Who is Sean? Starsky. Ronstadt. Teagues. Grizzly Adams. And Farrah. Who's Christy? Turley? No. And Travolta. L. Carter. You don't need to put the L. I know it's Linda. This one's just cheerleaders. Maybe I'd get the Linda Carter one. Oh, here we got a nice ad for the pies. We got Josie. Josie in the bookworm turns. You know, they're in Riverdale. And Riverdale has some hoodlums. Look at these guys. Okay, yous two, give us everything in your pockets, or else. She's like, oh my god, I wish it was with Alan M. He's tough. But then this nerdy guy's got the kung fu moves. He's taking him out.
my pockets wouldn't meant my hostess fruit pies, and nobody interferes with my light, or with my enjoying that light tender crust, that real fruit filling. I like Hostess apple pies a lot. How do you like your Hostess cherry pie?
It's terrific, Harold. Just like you. You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess fruit pies. So that's my first half of my comics haul that I got from Vancouver. I hope the spring weather will soon return to my neck of the woods. Woods being the operative word. So, thanks for taking a look at these with me. And stay tuned, we'll have part 2, which will be digests. And they're strictly Archie digests. I think I gotta unwrap some. Some are a mystery, some I haven't even unwrapped. Like package deals. Here we got the Expo, and we'll take a closer dive. I'll see if I can find any pictures. Maybe I got a photo of Expo 86 from the original Expo 86.